Night's Edge has this video, CBS All Access rolled into Paramount Plus in the future of Star Trek. The thumbnail to this video, you don't see it here, but it basically said something along the lines of like, the failure of Star Trek and CBS All Access. Now, the reason that CBS All Access is turning into Paramount Plus is because very recently Paramount and CBS merged into a company. So now they're the same company. So the reason that it's turning from CBS All Access into Paramount Plus is because all the Star Wars content, all the Big Brother content, all the stuff that's on CBS All Access is just merging, and they're going to create a platform that also has all of Paramount's material on it as well. It didn't fail. Quite the opposite. It's quite successful. The Star Wars TV shows or the Star Trek rather, TV shows that they've made recently have been, I mean, it's going to depend what you think. I like Lower Decks. I like Discovery Season 2, although Season 1 wasn't that great. They've been successful as far as we know. But people on the internet, people who are part of this, they call themselves the Fandom Menace, are constantly promoting rumors that Discovery is always on the edge of cancellation, and that Alex Kurtzman's like really mad or on the way out, or there's a power struggle, all sorts of stuff. These people are related to Doomcock in that they all sort of take sources or their sources from the same places, 4chan being the primary one. But let's see what this person has to say. Because this isn't a bad thing for CBS All Access. This is a good thing. This means the platform that's carrying the Star Trek TV shows that are currently on the air is going to have more content, which is going to draw more people to the platform, which is going to give more money to the platform overall to invest in series like Star Trek. But I'm guessing this person's somehow going to try and spin it as a negative. It'll be interesting.
Star Trek Day was, suffice it to say, not the media event that producer Alex Kurtzman and company had hoped for, as the event was openly mocked by Star Trek elder statesman William Shatner himself. Shatner's patience with Star Trek made
William Shatner, again, this isn't a shock to anyone, is an a-hole. Daddy Sume. I thought that was Edge of Wonder or Stranger Things for a second there.
Be nearing an end. In this video, we'll cover the fallout from Shatner's tweets from Star Trek Day, the demise of CBS All Access.
It's not the demise, it's being merged into a new platform. Like, what? Again, he's completely misrepresenting what's going on to paint it in a negative light, when in fact this is probably a good thing for the Kurtzman Star Trek stuff. I'm not a fan of Alex Kurtzman being in charge of Star Trek either. But it doesn't change the fact that that doesn't mean that every single thing that's come out of it has been garbage. I don't think it has been. I like a lot of the short treks. I like Discovery Season 2, and I'm excited for Season 3 that's coming out here in October. I like Lower Decks. I'm excited for Star Trek Strange New World that's going to be coming out. Like, it has been a success. It's gotten I imagine the primary reason people have CBS All Access are either for the Big Brother stuff that they have, because there's a lot of really, really rabid Big Brother fans, and the people who like Star Trek, who continue to watch the stuff on there. It's been fine, and now it's merging with Paramount's library. Like, I almost said library. It's merging with Paramount's library. That's a good thing. Cascadia93, Shatner has been a known D-bag for decades in the film business. He genuinely believes he's the best person to ever exist. Like, what? Yeah. What about Picard? I haven't actually finished Picard. I have no idea. I apparently wasn't into it enough to finish it. So, I guess that's your answer, but I didn't watch past, like, episode 3 or 4.
And the status of no...
Shatner was on Twitter during this Star Trek Day trying to argue that Star Trek isn't political and never has been. Oh my god, did he really? What a moron.
Hawley Star Trek 4.
He was literally in it. He was in it? He was part of the first interracial kiss ever on TV? And he thinks it wasn't political? What?
Paramount. Captain James T. Kirk himself, William Shatner, was snubbed from the Star Trek Day festivities. His stature on the promotional posters was also significantly reduced. Shatner, not being one to take this sort of thing lying down, responded in kind on Twitter, painting himself out of the poster completely.
Dude, William Shatner hasn't been the star of the franchise for decades. There's a reason he's not big on the poster. This is Shatner being butthurt that people don't care about him as much anymore. And I adore Captain Kirk. I do. I love Star Trek, the original series. But William Shatner is an egotistical a-hole. And if he doesn't get the attention, whenever Star Trek comes up, if he isn't the main event, he's upset about it. Like, the dude cannot handle that the franchise exists outside of himself. It's so strange.
And drawing on rather sarcastically, the nature of his reduced status in the Kurtzman era of Star Trek with a rather small birthday cake. It should also be mentioned that no new information of any note was made public at Star Trek Day, so the event went out with more of a whimper than a bang.
It's him being mad that people like Picard more. That's probably part of it.
Perhaps the most interesting thing there was the apparent confirmation that Netflix would indeed be releasing Season 3 of Discovery internationally the day after being published on CBS All Access in the United States, which we all just kind of assumed it was going to be anyway.
That's completely untrue. That is completely untrue. People like Doomcock and other people, and I don't know about Midnight's Edge. I don't know if Midnight's Edge reported on this, but there were, again, 4chan rumors that there just wasn't going to be international distribution for Star Trek Discovery Season 3. It was part of these 4chan rumors, you know, they're complete BS, and they reported on this like it was true. They're like, oh, Star Trek Discovery Season 3, it's so bad, they can't even get international distribution. So now, acting like no one in your group, the like Fandom menace, whatever, was reporting on it, it's a lie. It's an outright lie. You guys were saying that, oh, it's so bad that it's not getting international distribution at all. It is. It is, though. You guys were wrong.
The situation with Netflix doesn't get interesting until after Season 3. And with that...
Does Netflix have Season 1? Internationally it does, not in the US.
Shatner isn't the only one losing patience with Kurtzman.
Why would I care what William Shatner thinks? William Shatner hasn't been a part of the franchise in decades. The last time William Shatner appeared in a Star Trek thing in canon was Star Trek Generations. Star Trek Generations, which came out in 1994. That was 26 years ago. It's literally as old as I am. Like, guys, like, William Shatner can have opinions that aren't the opinions of other people. It's fine, but that doesn't make his opinion important.
His vision for Star Trek was the flagship of CBS All Access and intended to take it to new heights. Kurtzman Trek failed miserably at doing so, which is part of the reason why CBS All Access in its current form will be shut down.
It's not, again, you're acting like it's being merged with this new Paramount Plus thing. Everything that's on CBS All Access is continuing on the new platform. It's just that they're merging the libraries because CBS and Paramount have merged as companies.
The brainchild of former CEO Les Moonves, CBS All Access was born on October 28, 2014. Among its first original series was the Good Wife spin-off The Good Fight with Christine Baranski. While Variety touts that CBS All Access has a subscriber base of approximately 8 million, those numbers are actually combined with Showtime. As of this recording, there are no confirmed numbers for subscribers who are only subscribed to CBS All Access.
Let's see if that... What did she say? What did he say? 8 million? Hold on. Let me see how much CBS All Access costs. I think it's $5.99. CBS All Access cost. Okay. That would be $55 million a month, if that were true. Again, even if it's half that and half is Showtime or whatever and half is CBS All Access. But again, I don't know how this breaks down. But let's even say it's less. Like, that's still millions, tens and tens of millions of dollars a month. It's paying for itself, bro.
Which some speculate could be as low as $4 million, which is right around where they were.
Again, $4 million would still be over $25 million a month in revenue. Do you not see that as a win for the company?
Were thought to have been last year. While Netflix and Disney Plus continue to grow their base, All Access by all outwardly...
And that doesn't count the fact that the Star Trek shows that have come out, both Discovery and Picard, have distribution deals internationally with Netflix. So you have $25 million coming from just subscribers to CBS All Access, and then presumably they have multi-million-dollar international distribution right deals with Netflix. This thing is making money.
Measures stagnated, never really reaching the market penetration it had hoped to achieve. For that, Alex Kurtzman must share in his part of the blame, as his Star Trek series were supposed to be one of the biggest draws and selling points. History now shows that it's not. For a brief moment in...
Angry dude bros on the internet don't like it, so that means no one does.
Time, though, it was. When Star Trek Discovery first premiered, it attracted a lot of subscribers. That growth, however, was not sustained over the course of either the rest of Discovery's first season or Season 2. History repeated itself with Picard, another CBS All Access exclusive in the US. The promise of a new series with one of Star Trek's most beloved captains, Jean-Luc Picard, seemingly compelled many to sign up for the service. However, that momentum could not be sustained, as the series once again failed to live up to fan expectations. The future for Picard is uncertain, though. As we discussed in our roundtable with filmmaker Tom Conkle,
referring to Star Trek nerds as dude bros, they certainly act like it.
In this climate, no one is willing to ensure the production of Picard Season 2, let alone Patrick Stewart himself, and without that, production cannot commence. Picard has thus far not been followed by the Star Trek Discovery spin-off series Section 31, which, despite being officially announced last year, appears to have been scrapped. Still in development.
Might be. Don't know. They're still doing Strange New Worlds, though, and there's another show called Prodigy that's supposed to come out on Nickelodeon.
And though, is the other Star Trek Discovery spin-off series, Strange New Worlds. It would appear, however, that is not enough to save CBS All Access in its current form.
It doesn't need to be saved. It's just expanding because, again, Paramount and CBS have merged as companies, so they're merging into one streaming service.
With All Access struggling, and under the leadership of new boss Sherry Redstone,
there's no evidence it's struggling, for the record.
CBS All Access is currently in the process of being rebranded as Paramount Plus. After the remerger between CBS and Viacom, and against the backdrop of the relative success of Disney Plus, it might have happened anyway. But in light of the stagnant growth of CBS All Access, however, something Alex Kurtzman's Star Trek failed to mitigate. It was inevitable. We've previously reported how Alex Kurtzman allegedly has been sidelined from the day-to-day creative operations of Trek. However,
again, these are 4chan rumors. He's saying these as if they are facts, and they are things he read on 4chan.
He is still involved with Star Trek by way of being the CEO of production company Secret Hideout, which
74 Quinn 74 men who make loving Star Trek Star Wars part of their personality are just like little girls who don't wear makeup and aren't like other girls. Here's the thing though, there's a healthy level of fandom. Anyone can be a fan of a thing and enjoy it without being toxic. It's when you start like gatekeeping the franchise and thinking that you know exactly what the franchise needs to be at all times and getting this invested that like you're a person on the internet where all your videos are about how Star Trek or Star Wars is doomed and how either Kathleen Kennedy or Alex Kurtzman have destroyed it. Like, that's the level of D-bag you have to get before it gets annoying. Like, people are fans of things. There's stuff that, like, I don't like in the new Star Trek. I didn't like Discovery Season 1. But you know what I do? And if I didn't like Discovery Season 2, though I did, but let's imagine I didn't for a second. Let's imagine none of the new Star Trek appealed to me. You know what I do about that? I just don't watch it. Like, I'm not gonna make video after video, month after month, about how I think it's disgusting and destroying the fabric of Western society. I just don't watch it. And I'm a huge Star Trek fan. Like, Star Wars, I could take or leave. Star Trek, one of my favorite series ever. But, like, guys, we've lived through bad Star Trek series before. Enterprise happened, and it didn't kill the franchise. Here we are with more Star Trek shows. Like, if Star Trek doesn't appeal to you in its current form, that's completely fine. The old stuff still exists. But, like, why spend so much time and energy getting mad about it on the internet? It's just a weird personality to have. Like, right now, I also really like the Marvel movies. If they started to be bad, then I'd just stop watching them. I might be a little disappointed, and I might even in passing mention it sometimes on the internet, like, oh, I used to like those. But, like, I'm not gonna make a career out of saying how I think the Marvel movies have been, like, corrupted and they're destroying my childhood or whatever. Wouldn't make any sense. It's just a waste of time and energy.
Also had other projects in the works for CBS All Access. These include Clarice, a series about the Silence of the Lambs character Clarice Starling, which won't feature Hannibal Lecter, and a series based on the film starring David Bowie, The Man Who Fell to Earth. Interestingly, the announcement of Paramount Plus makes no mention of Clarice, The Man Who Fell to Earth, or anything Star Trek related.
Don't you make a career about being mad at chuds, though? Yeah, I would say that's different because I think they're actively harmful. I think that's different. I was never a fan of chuds, and I think they aren't up to snuff. I think they're harmful individuals that are actually doing harm politically and socially. You cannot say the same about a Star Trek show or a Star Wars movie.
This is puzzling, as we know Star Trek is a priority for Viacom's
Also, I just find it funny.
CBS. Figuring out what to do about Star Trek is a key priority for Paramount head honcho Emma Watts. This focus implies that all aspects of Trek are under the microscope, both on the big screen and on the small screen, both of which now fall under the domain of Alex Kurtzman's secret hideout. Noah Hawley, the most recent in a long list of directors to be attached to Star Trek IV, told Variety that his current iteration for Star Trek IV had been put on ice while Watts figured out what to do. However, he maintained that it had not been cancelled. He also confirmed that the version of the movie that he had been working on featured neither Kirk nor Picard, but is still connected to canon. But again, it is Emma Watts who decided which Star Trek movie to make next, and whichever one she chooses, Alex Kurtzman's Secret Hideout will be the production company behind it, for as long as the contract that Les Moonves signed off on is valid. Could the absence of any Secret Hideout project in the Paramount Plus announcement indicate Emma Watts is looking towards removing them from the proceedings? Or will we soon get another Secret Hideout Star Trek on the big screen? Let us know in the comments.
Honestly, I don't think... How do I put this? Star Trek movies have only been good within the context of them being with the cast of a TV show that's already beloved. The Wrath of Khan works because you already care about the characters, and you already know the characters, and they're played by the people that play them originally. I don't think the newer Star Trek movies, like the 2009 Star Trek and its sequels, worked as well, because they're trying to be those characters, like they're... Oh, gotta focus. Like they're trying to be Kirk and Spock and stuff. But, oh, holy crap. Wow, Antipodian Squid, oh, the $100 tithes to the Dark Mother for car repairs. Oh, thank you so much. I'm 85% of the way to my goal. Guys, you have no idea how much it means to me that I'm going to be able to fix my car. Thanks to you. Thank you so much. You guys are so generous. What was I going to say? The reason I don't think the 2009 Trek movies have worked is because they're trying to be Kirk and Spock and Bones and all of them, but they're not really them. They're trying to be evocative of them, and some of them are even doing a really, really, really good job. The guy who plays Bones does an excellent job, but he's still not him, and it's really not the same thing. So I think that's why those haven't worked. So if they were going to make a movie, like maybe a Discovery movie, but I don't know how many people watch Discovery. You know what I mean? Because it's not on network TV. Star Trek was a phenomenon when it came out, the original series, specifically because it came out on a network when there were only like 3 channels to watch. And The Next Generation was popular because it also existed in a time when there weren't a ton of channels and it was out on network TV. So, I don't know. I really don't. I don't know what the future of Star Trek is going to be, but I'm interested to find out.